Hello and welcome to a new video on IGCSE Classified Physics Paper 2. In this video, we shall be discussing the topic of evaporation. We'll begin with some basic concepts. Which statement about evaporation is correct? Evaporation causes the temperature of the remaining liquid to decrease. Evaporation does not occur from a cold liquid near its freezing point. Evaporation does not occur from a dense liquid such as mercury. Evaporation occurs from all parts of a liquid. So in this case, the correct choice is choice A. Evaporation causes the temperature of the remaining liquid to decrease. And this is because the molecules that have the highest energy, the highest kinetic energy, leave the liquid. So the average kinetic energy of the remaining molecules decreases. So highest energy molecules escape. This is the definition of evaporation, and they actually escape from the surface, only from the surface. So the average kinetic energy, let me write this down. So the average kinetic energy of the remaining molecules decreases, right? And the average kinetic energy is the temperature of the substance. So basically, temperature is a measure of the average kinetic energy of the molecules in a substance. Hence, when the average kinetic energy decreases, the temperature decreases. This is why A is correct. I would also like to point out why B, C, and D are wrong. Evaporation does not occur from a cold liquid near its freezing point. This is actually incorrect, though it might seem logical. It is incorrect. Evaporation does occur even from a cold liquid that is almost freezing. Because evaporation does not occur at a specific temperature, it can occur at any temperature. It might be at a much lesser rate because the liquid is almost freezing. It might be 1% of what it would normally be, but it would still occur. Evaporation does not occur from a dense liquid such as mercury. Again, this might make sense. If a liquid is very dense, you might not assume that it can evaporate, but that's not true. Evaporation can occur from any liquid. So it does occur from a dense liquid like mercury. Evaporation occurs from all parts of a liquid. Again, this is incorrect since we said evaporation can only occur from the surface of the liquid. And this is unlike boiling, which occurs throughout the liquid in all parts of the liquid. So the correct choice here is choice A. Liquid is evaporating, the liquid is not boiling. Which statement about the liquid is correct? Any molecule can escape from any part of the liquid. Any molecule can escape, but only from the surface. Only molecules with enough energy can escape, but from the surface, or only molecules with enough energy can escape from any part of the liquid. So there are two parts to this question, whether any molecule can escape or only molecules with enough energy can escape. And we said the highest energy molecules can escape. So not all molecules, but only the molecules with enough energy. So A and B are incorrect. And can they escape from the surface or any part? We said they have to escape from the surface since it's evaporation and not boiling. So boiling occurs in any part of the liquid. Evaporation only occurs at the surface. So in this case, C would be the correct answer. Which statement about evaporation is correct? Evaporation causes heating of the liquid? No, it actually causes cooling. Like soup, when you leave some soup before drinking it, you can see the steam escaping from the soup, and this is exactly what evaporation is. and then the soup cools down a bit, or tea or coffee or whatever. Evaporation only happens from liquids. This is actually correct, because evaporation is basically the conversion of liquid into gas. Molecules escape from anywhere. We said this is incorrect. They only escape from the surface. Only the least energetic molecules escape. No, the high or the most energetic molecules can actually escape. So B here would be the correct answer. Molecules escape from a liquid during evaporation. The temperature of the remaining liquid decreases. Which molecules escape and how does the temperature change? We've already covered this. Definitely the most energetic molecules will escape, and the temperature of the remaining liquid decreases. So we're going to go with choice C. When a liquid evaporates, some of its molecules escape from the surface and the temperature changes. Which row describes the escaping molecules and the change in temperature? This is a repetition. It's not exactly the same question. It has different wording. It's exactly the same concept. So we said more energetic molecules and the temperature goes down rather than goes up. So we're going to go again with choice C. Now we move on to some applications of evaporation. Puddles of rainwater remain after a storm. The water in the puddle gradually evaporates. How does the evaporation affect the temperature of the water remaining in the puddle, and how does it affect the average speed of the remaining water molecules? Like we said, evaporation causes a decrease in temperature. And we said that temperature is the average kinetic energy of the molecules, so it's related to the average speed. So if the temperature decreases, then the average speed decreases as well. So the correct choice here would be choice A. A student blows air through a liquid using a straw. This causes the liquid to evaporate quickly and therefore to cool. Which statement explains why the remaining liquid cools? We said because the molecules with the most energy leave the liquid, so the average energy decreases. So D would be the correct choice here. A swimmer feels cold after leaving warm water on a warm, windy day. Why does she feel cold even though the air is warm? This is because of the cooling effect of evaporation. So the idea is that the water on her skin evaporates quickly and cools her skin. So again, D would be the correct choice here. Evaporation and condensation as changes of state. Which change is evaporation? Evaporation is the conversion of liquid into gas. So B is the correct answer. Which statement about the direction of a change of state is correct? Evaporation is the reverse process to boiling. This is incorrect. Both of them actually involve liquid turning into gas. Evaporation is the reverse of condensation. Yes, this is correct. Evaporation is the reverse of melting. No, melting is the conversion of solid into liquid. And the reverse is solidification, is the conversion of liquid into solid. So these two are the reverse of each other. And A and B, boiling and evaporation, are not exactly the same, but they're not opposites either. They both involve liquids going into gas. So anyway, the opposite of evaporation, or the reverse process, is condensation, which is the conversion of gas into liquid. So B is the correct answer here. It is a warm and humid day. A glass contains an iced drink. Water starts to form on the outside of the glass. What is the name of the effect by which the water forms? Let me zoom out a bit so that you can see all choices. So here you have gas in the air, and due to the iced drink, due to the coolness of the iced drink, this gas becomes liquid on the surface of the cup. You can see these droplets here. So going from gas to liquid is called condensation, which is the reverse process of evaporation. So A is the correct choice here. Next, we talk about factors that affect evaporation. A beaker of liquid is left on a laboratory bench. There is an electric fan in the laboratory, causing a draft over the liquid. The liquid evaporates. Which row shows two changes that will both cause the liquid to evaporate more quickly? Of course, the higher the wind rate, so the higher the speed of the fan, the better the evaporation. So you would like the speed of the fan to increase. And the surface area as well. The larger the surface area, the faster the rate of evaporation. So again, we would like the surface area to increase. So the correct choice here is D. So the larger the surface area and the greater the wind, the more the evaporation. The diagram shows 4 open dishes. Each dish contains water at the same temperature. The dishes are different shapes and a draft blows over 2 of them. From which container does the water evaporate at the greatest rate? So of course we want the draft, we want the wind. The wind helps evaporation. So let's cross out the ones that have no draft. And then for the ones that are exposed to wind or draft, which one will experience greater evaporation? Of course, the one with the greater surface area. So if you have soup in this cup versus in this container, soup will get colder here much more quickly because more evaporation happens due to the greater surface area. So A is the correct choice here. A puddle of water is formed after a rain shower on a windy day. Which statement explains the effect of wind on the rate of evaporation of the water in the puddle? The wind gives molecules in the water extra kinetic energy and so increases the rate of evaporation. Yes, this is correct. The wind removes evaporated water from near the surface and so it decreases the rate of evaporation. No, this is incorrect. The wind actually increases the rate of evaporation. So anything with decreases is automatically wrong. The wind removes evaporated water from near the surface and so increases the rate of evaporation. So this is also correct. So which is it? Is it A or C? So A and C are both kind of correct in terms of using the word increases the rate of evaporation. But why would it increase the rate of evaporation? Is it because it gives molecules extra kinetic energy, or is it because it removes the evaporated water from near the surface? The wind doesn't give the molecules extra energy. It just blows the molecules away. The molecules don't get extra energy. They're just blown away by the wind. So the most accurate answer here would be choice C. The wind removes evaporated water from near the surface and so increases the rate of evaporation. So C is the correct choice here. 3 cups are made from the same insulating material. The cups are each filled with the same volume of hot tea. In which cup does the tea cool most quickly, and in which cup does it cool most slowly? This has to do with surface area. Cup 3 has the largest surface area, so it will cool most quickly. But cup 2 has the smallest surface area, so it will cool most slowly. So we're going to go with choice C for this reason. And C is the correct choice. And this brings us to the end of our video. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been beneficial to you.